Hi, I'm Lorraine and welcome to my channel. Welcome to today's collective tarot love reading. And we're just going to deep dive here, collective. Jump straight in there, pull a crowning card, then we'll pull additional cards. So let's see what's going on with both you and your person. Okay, so you're coming in with the Fool card here, collective. Okay. Alright, let's have a look. That's got to do with your person here, collective. So let's go. Alright, so you have the Five of Swords. Okay. You have the Six of Swords. You have the King of Pentacles. You have the Five of Cups. You have the Nine of Wands. And you have the Queen of Cups here, collective. You have the Ace of Cups. You have the Nine of Pentacles. And you have the Two of Pentacles. You're coming in with the Seven of Cups here, collective. Let's have a look. Okay. Let me just look at this one. The Truth. What your reading's talking about here, collective, is that your person is still dealing with others, or both you and your person here in your reading. There's a past program, cycle, that both you and your person are wanting to end, ending it out here, collective. And this has to do with other people, is what it's talking about here. And with the Fool card coming in here, collective, that's what the Fool card is talking about here. It's a past way of doing things. It's talking about here what you and your person got yourselves into in terms of relationships. When in actual fact, coming in with the Fool card, it was about the Fool's journey. It was actually about choosing oneself as opposed to looking for love outside of yourself here. This is what it's saying. It's what it's talking about here, collective, is getting into relationships for both you and your person, getting into relationships here and not worried about the consequences here. The effect, it does kind of come in, it comes in as cause and effect here, collective, going with someone here in your reading. And I'm not saying it was a bad thing or anything like that, but it's saying here in your reading that kind of behavior is still catching up with both you and your person. The way in which you saw each other is the same way, or the way in which you two went towards each other is the same way in which you went towards others in the past. Yet you were quite serious about this person. This is what it talks about here in your reading. Oh, 1 minute. Yeah. If you were wanting a restart with this person, a rebirth with this person here, collective, what it's talking about there is someone has to take the lead. This is what it's saying, to end out that past cycle. So let's go, let's talk about this. All right, so you're coming in with the Fool card. And so what the Fool card is talking about here, collective, it's talking about here how you see relationships here. And for both you and your person getting into relationships here, but these relationships are kind of what it's talking about here, collective. It's talking about just because you both you and your person may see your past here is quite foolish in terms of the people that you've been involved with here. How whatever that involvement looks like for both you and your person. Okay, of course this could be friends, but this is also talking about intimate partners here. And so the way in which you saw potential partners, the way in which you saw your options here, this is both you and your person, you saw them a certain way here. That's what it's saying. Because you're coming in with conflicting emotions when you're coming in with the Fool card. Here it's what it's talking about here in your reading is definitely the past is what I'm getting here. See what it's talking about here on a subconscious level here, collective. Both you and your person were triggered by each other. You just triggered each other. That's what it's saying here. And of course there were expectations, but these expectations were for both you and your person was to treat each other the same way in which you treated other people in the past. That's what it's talking about. And for you and your person, this was your guys' perception here about love and how to build a relationship here. So there were no lessons being learnt here, collective. The past didn't change. What it talks about here, what changed in that cycle were the people that both you and your person were involved with. Those things changed here, collective, but it was still the same program. That's what it talks about when you're coming in with the Fool card. Now, what it's talking about here in your reading, it's that program that needs to end. It doesn't matter the person that you get involved with here, collective, okay? And this is about you and your person. It will always be that same cycle unless here you face, well, what it really talks about here, collective, is knowing one's truth here, the truth about oneself and one's reality here in your reading. And just choosing another person here, take it if it applies for both you and your person, is by just choosing another person, hoping that this time it's going to be different here. And what it can also talk about here, collective, is not knowing what it is that I need to change. How do I change this? I'm always attracting the same person towards me. The same kind of person here, collective. I'm still getting the same outcome. Even though you were in love with your person, they still treated you the same way as which other people treated you. However, this was the same for your person. This is what it talks about here in your reading. So what it's talking about here, collective, it's talking about how to love when you don't know what love is here. And that love here, collective, is your version of love, comes from both you and your person, comes from your childhood. That's what it's saying. So like attracts like here. So you attracted someone that was exactly the same as you. in terms of the Fool card. Which is why both you and your person triggered each other here, collective. That's what it's talking about. And so because of these triggers here, collective, on a subconscious level for both you and your person, you just projected that at each other. But this pain, hurt and fear, this is what you projected onto each other, that comes from your own past here. That's what it's saying. So there were a lot of expectations put into this relationship connection here, collective, that things were going to be different. This is what it's talking about. But even though the environment changed here, collective, the program was still the same. The program didn't end out. That's what it's talking about here in your reading in terms of the Fool card. And it just is this way here, collective, if you are not going to face the truth about oneself, one's past here, collective, one's own negative attachments. Okay? Now you're coming in with the Five of Swords, and so what the Five of Swords is talking about here in your reading is that other people had to say here. Other people told you what you needed to do, and you listened here, and I'm not saying that it's wrong, but every time you and your person did something, you looked outside of yourself for advice and reassurance here, collective, okay, because you didn't trust in what you knew to be true, and that trust here, collective, was to trust your own knowing, to trust one's knowing here, collective, because it would never fail you. But it had become quite normal for both you and your person to look outside of yourselves for acceptance, belonging here, collective, and to fit in. Now, the truth about the Five of Swords here, collective, is saying here, and I spoke about it, you had to remove those blockages and barriers that were in the way. That actually stopped both you and your person from loving each other, because you had to open your heart to love. That's what it's saying. You had to actually let the light in so that you could understand and gain a different mind's eye. Now you're coming in with the Six of Swords, and so what the Six of Swords is talking about here, collective, is actually the past. Both you and your person had to leave the past behind. This was a past program, and this program was of course it was about negative attachments here, collective, but it was about the way in which you think here. The actions that you took or have taken, your heart space, your emotions here, collective, and how on a subconscious level here, collective, it became your life. This is exactly how you did things. So you had conflicting emotions here, collective, when you were in the Fool's, when you did this, when you went towards other people, just because you didn't see what the end point was going to be. You didn't realize that there were consequences here. Okay, that's what I'm getting for your actions. This is both you and your person. This is how it's coming in. But to solve the problem here, collective, for both you and your person was just to walk away. Here. Not even deal with it. All right, collective. But once again, the cycle was the same, and you just kept doing the same thing. This is both you and your person. All right. Now you're coming in with the King of Pentacles, and so what this talks about here in your reading is this person wants to be stable, to be quite honest here. This person wants to build a relationship, and what it also talks about here in your reading is, well, it talks about making that conscious effort here, collective, and for this person it's all about their pentacles. That's what I'm getting. They're beginning to follow their internal compass. This King of Pentacles, they're beginning to do that here, but they may not realize that's what they're doing, because they're quite logical, is this person. There's some kind of truth coming in. in terms of the Hangman card. And what it can talk about here, collective, is this person doesn't want to let go of whatever it is that they've already built. Now, just before I carry on, I'd just like to say I offer counselling, mentorship, advice, programs, and tarot readings. If you're interested, details are in the description box below this video. I am not just a tarot reader. Now you're coming in with the Five of Cups. And so what the Five of Cups is talking about here, collective, is that it, once again, you know, you're coming in with fear here. Pain is love. This is what your reading is talking about. There's a fear to be seen. There's a fear to be seen as doing something different here. This is something that, you know, the freedom here, collective, the freedom to be who you want to be. Now that you have the opportunity to make your own choices here, collective, you fear making the choice out of, well, you fear rejection. That's what your reading is saying. And this is your person as well, but more importantly here, you're coming in with the Queen of Cups because you really wanted this relationship here, collective. But what it can also talk about here is that your person too was exactly the same as you, coming in with the Fool card here. There were other people involved. This is what it talks about. And so to follow one's heart's desire in terms of your person, they held back here. All right, now you're coming in with the Nine of Wands. And so what the Nine of Wands is talking about here, collective, is this is bringing in a tower moment for your person here in your reading. See, what it tells me here in your reading is that there may have been people that spoke about your person, the King of Pentacles. Someone may have said something here in your reading which may have caused you to go in another direction here, collective. They've learned a hell of a lot about relationships your person has here. Now you're coming in with the Queen of Cups. And so what the Queen of Cups is talking about here, collective, is self-love here. Patience is what it's talking about here in your reading. Walking away from your past, walking away from illusions, not being deluded anymore, surrendering the ego, surrender the ego here, collective. See, what it talks about there, here, collective, is love comes from within. Love comes from within. It doesn't matter in terms of your actions and how you come across to people and your words. If it's not inside of you here, collective, it's not going to come out right. That's what I'm getting. Okay? You have to follow your internal compass. You need to learn a lot more about yourself, is what it's talking about here in your reading. So that you know how to love your person is what it talks about. Now you're coming in with the moon, with the Ace of Cups here, collective, and what it talks about here in your reading, it's about what is love, how to love when when you don't know what love is. This is what I'm getting with the Ace of Cups. This past cycle has to go, collective. This past program, the way in which you've loved in the past, you've got to let that go. You've got to end that out. Here, this is both you and your person. This is what I'm getting. Now, you're coming in with the Nine of Pentacles. And so what the Nine of Pentacles is talking about here in your reading, collective, is that you've once again, it talks about, well, what it's talking about here, collective, is hermit mode. You got to face one's reality, the truth about oneself. You have to stop ignoring yourself here, collective. You got to get to know who you truly are. This is what your reading is saying. Change how you feel about how you feel, collective. You're, of course, very independent, are you? I am getting that here, collective. All right, now you're coming in with the Two of Pentacles. And so what the Two of Pentacles is talking about here, collective, is wanting to be better here. And in order to do that here, collective, first one must understand the past so that one can live a better life. This is what the Two of Pentacles is talking about. It can't just be an idea. I want to change. You've actually got to follow it through here, collective, and bring it into your reality here. All right. Now you're coming in with the Seven of Cups. All right, collective. And so what the Seven of Cups is talking about here, there's a huge wake-up call for both you and your person. It's about the past here. You came in with the Fool card. All right. Okay, collective, with the Seven of Cups. All right. The best thing to do there, collective, is bring the Tower down. Okay. Surrender the ego so that you are not living in illusions anymore or being deluded here. It's just something to be mindful of, something I'd like to say here, collective, okay? So that you can come out of the Seven of Cups. All right, I am going to leave it there. It's both you and your person here, collective. It's not just yourself. The way in which your cards are coming in, like attracts like. All right? Okay. Thank you for your reading. Join us in the Facebook group, and I will catch you later. Bye.